Good afternoon, my darlings. It's Sunday, the 28th of July, and it's a beautiful day out there. But I'm not here to talk about the weather, are we, my darlings? We're here to talk about the subject of today's video. Over 40 and starting a YouTube channel for the first time. Now, you might be starting it because you want to have a hobby. And you might be starting it, if we're a bit more realistic and honest with ourselves, that we're starting the YouTube channel because we want to monetize it. You have to get to 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours of recorded YouTube video, people watching you. And you might be thinking of starting it because you fancy a second income, or a side hustle, which is what they tend to call it these days. Back in my day, it was starting a new business, it was having a second business. But we'll call it a side hustle because that's what everyone else seems to be calling it. So you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours within, 365 days. And there are lots of channels out there that say, follow this, do this, and then within 10 weeks, you're going to be monetized. Great. It may have worked for them and their channel, but it's not the same for you. Remember, it's a marathon, darlings, and not a sprint. That being said, I'm going to give you a little bit of something that's called a business plan. So, see, blank piece of paper, right? From this blank piece of paper, we're going to create something called a business plan. Now, a business plan is something that is what you will do. You'll write it down. It's a wish list of what you want your business to do for you. Remember, you might have just started a channel. You've got 1 subscriber. Don't look at it as a failure. That's 1 more subscriber that's getting you closer to your goal. And the same applies for how many times people are watching your videos. Everything counts. It all goes towards the goal of 4,000 hours of watched video. And it seems very daunting at first. It seems very almost impossible. Please don't be put off. Okay? Don't lose your enthusiasm. Okay? What you're going to do, start with your blank piece of paper. And your business plan, you're going to remember to write it in pencil so you can rub it out and change it along the way. So you'll build it as you're going along, right? That's how most businesses happen. I built a business 13 years ago. It was a very successful business and it's doing what I want it to do now. When I first got going, I was, how shall I say, nights, days, weekends, whatever hours I could spend working on it, I did. Right? And 13 years later, I've got a business doing exactly what I want it to do. But I'm up for a challenge. And I thought, my second business, I will have a go at setting up a YouTube channel. Right? Completely blank, starting it from scratch. Gosh, was I nervous, and I know you will be as well. Anyway, sorry, I've got this silly cold as well. It's really annoying. So, blank paper. First thing you're going to learn is that you're feeling very nervous. All right? So, before you go live, do some practice runs doing a recording. Watch it, play it back, start it again, go over it, make notes. You might decide it's the very best thing you've ever done. It could be the very worst thing you've ever done, but at least you've had a go. Yeah? So, make notes. All right? That's one of the pieces of advice I'll give you. Remember to smile, to breathe, to relax, okay? And you don't need a really expensive computer, and you don't need a really expensive camera, right? Think small. Use your phone. Isn't that cute? My husband chose that for me. I love cats. In case you didn't notice, I'm rather cat mad. But yeah, use your phone, right? Yeah, use that. The one thing I will say is that sometimes the audio, the recording, the microphone, that's the word I'm looking for, the microphone might not be the very best. So get yourself, invest in a microphone, but only buy what you can afford. Think small at first. You, if you haven't got the money, you can't have it, right? You have to work with what you've got, yeah? As you get better, as you progress, as you start to bring things back into your business, then you can start to invest and you can buy a better computer and a better camera and build and build and build. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and these things take time. And if you haven't got the money, then you can't have it then, right? You've just got to work with what you've got. And there is no harm and no shame in using a phone to get going, okay? No, so believe me, just because you're over 40 does not mean you're on the scrap heap. Us oldies have got something that no one else has got: life experience, okay? And that life experience trumps anything. And believe me, it does. And don't get put off by technology as well. I know I can get put off by it, but I just think it's for the young because, well, yeah, their minds are like sponges, aren't they? They can just soak all of this in. But for us oldies, people over 40, it's it's just going to take a little bit more time, you know, on your computer. Get yourself used to using an editing suite, right? I'm using Clipchamp, and believe me, when I first got to going with Clipchamp, it was a love-hate relationship. I wanted to love it, but because I couldn't understand it, it was getting me angry with it, and I was getting frustrated with it. And it's not the computer's fault, it's me. Have you ever heard the saying, picnic? Problem in chair, not computer. I am the embodiment of picnic, right? Problem in chair, not computer. I've always loved that. So you're going to start out. You got your blank piece of paper. Think, but what are you going to discuss? What is your core subject going to be? Now, when I got going, and it still is, my core subject is books. I adore books. Everything about books I love. I love first editions. I love limited editions. I love out of print. I love rare collectible books. I could talk books all day long. I usually find them. Technically, actually, it's my husband. He's got a better strike rate than I have sometimes. It's amazing, is that man, what he can find. And I love to talk about them. One of my favourite writers is James Herbert. Right, I adore his books, and you can feel the enthusiasm coming through. Yeah, I absolutely love James's books, and I will write notes. One of the things that I will write about, his book is I'll write 2 or 3 pages of notes pointing me to where I need to be discussing it in the book. And in the book, I will also put bookmarks, and those bookmarks are on really juicy bits that are in the story. Really scary bits, really gruesome bits, and it will remind me that I have to read them out because heck, it is interesting, isn't it? It really is. So I love talking about books. That's my core subject. My second subject is Monty, my Norwegian forest cat, and his adventures. And you'll see many short videos throughout my video history, and they're all going to be about Monty because I've been following his progression. He's 34 weeks old today, by the way, just in case you didn't know, but you do now. So, that's another one of the things that I absolutely adore. It's talking about Monty. My third core subject is things to do around the house, like the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, the ironing, right? And the fourth thing that I do is day trips and going out and visiting places. Now, all of those things make me, and they are my unique selling point, my USP, right? After all, YouTube is about you and you're talking to your audience. And that's something else I want you to remember. Right? Still got a blank piece of paper. So we're talking about being nervous and practicing and going over and checking our videos and seeing where we can do better. Finding a subject that you're going to be wanting to talk about, right? And don't think that your subject is going to be boring, because there'll be somebody out there that will absolutely love it, right? Never think that what you're talking about is going to be absolutely rubbish. Forget that, right? What you're going to create is something that's unique to you. And if you find it interesting, then there will be other people out there that will find it interesting too. The one bit of advice I would give you is don't be wooden, right? Don't sit there and go, hello, this is my YouTube channel and, please follow and like and subscribe. With all the best will in the world, nobody is going to tune into that. They would rather sit there and watch paint dry. Trust me on this one. I would notice it and I would say it's probably because you're nervous. And I would engage with you and say, well, look, smile. You have to be happy with your audience. Smile and breathe, relax, right? Remember to do those things. Engage with your audience, okay? Which brings me to scheduling. When you first get going, you need to set aside some time to make your videos and schedule a time for them to come up. That helps people know when you're going to be around so that they engage and watch your videos, right? Part of the YouTube algorithm, if you tend to post at the same time every week, say it's just one video, but you post it at the same time every week, people will watch it. They will come back and then they will start engaging with you. And if they like what you are saying, talking about, then they are going to give you a like and hopefully a subscribe. You've got to remember to say, please like and subscribe my videos. I forget to do it all the time. I'm surprised people bother subscribing to me. I really am. I'm such a scatterbrain. Sorry, I'm a silly cold. I am such a scatterbrain. I really am. But if you're wanting to make this a success, you have to remember to ask people to please like and subscribe. The more people like your video, the more you go into the algorithm and YouTube push your video more. The more people like it. And the more people like it, the more people are going to subscribe, and it becomes a perpetual machine. It moves, it goes round and round and round. And that's what you want. But it's not going to happen immediately. It's going to take some time. And this is where you've got to learn patience. Patience, my darling. I know that there are videos, channels out there that say, do this and within 10 weeks you will be subscribed. Everyone will be subscribed and you'll be monetized. It's a marathon, not a sprint. okay? Starting with a blank piece of paper. You're practicing, you're recording, you're making notes, you're deciding where you can do better. You'll start recording on your phone, right? You don't start with the best computer and the best camera. You build up to that, and it takes time. And that's why you've got to be patient, okay? So, feeling nervous, you're going to practice, smile, going to engage with your audience. You're going to plan a realistic recording of videos. Start with one a week. Post it at the same time every single week, okay? Get a feel for what you're talking about. Get a feel for your audience. Your first videos are going to suck. There's no two ways about it. Mine did. Mine probably still do. But doesn't stop me producing a video. And every time I produce a video, I feel as though I'm learning something from myself, from my audience, and from other videos that I'm watching. And it helps and it educates and it teaches me. So it must be having an effect on other people, right? They must be learning from me too, because we all learn from each other. So be realistic about how many videos you can do. If you do one a week, then do one a week, but just make it the best video that you can. And eventually you will learn where you can schedule time so you can do another video. So now you get 2 videos out a week. Well, that'd be brilliant. Think every time you're getting another video out there, that's another video that people are watching, and that's still adding up to the amount of hours that you're going to need to eventually get yourself monetized, right? If you're not making videos and you're not putting them out there, people are not going to be watching them and you're not going to be getting the hours. You see where I'm going with this? Good. Shorts. We need to talk about short videos. 1 minute long videos that you can do on your phone, right? I usually do between 3 and 5 every morning of every single day, right? And I have been doing so since Monty. We adopted him at 15 weeks back in March. So I've not been doing it a very long time, but I can get between 500 to 1,000 views per short video, right? And out of that, I might get 2 or 3 or maybe 5 people that subscribe. I know it's small potatoes considering there are bigger channels out there, but everybody has got to start from somewhere. So when you first get going, oh, what a beautiful day that will be. Remember it for everything that it's going to teach you. As I said, your first video, my first video, absolutely sucked. It was awful, but I started it with my best guy, James Herbert, and we did the rats. I've since gone back and revisited the rats and did a much longer video of that particular book, and I even read parts of that book out. And the enthusiasm comes through, and that's something that you're going to be finding. You're going to get enthusiastic about the subject that you're talking about, your books, or whatever it is that you choose to talk about. And because you're enthusiastic, everyone that's going to be watching you is going to pick up on that enthusiasm. And if you're going to be happy and excited and getting out there, and people will be giving you thumbs up and they will subscribe. Trust me on this one. I know because I've experienced it. All right? So you don't need the best camera, you don't need the best computer, you just need a phone to get you going. Maybe invest in a microphone when you can afford it, okay? I'm very fortunate with the computer that I have. It has a sound bar on it. It's a Bang & Olufsen, so it picks up pretty good on, to be able to talk to you. But that isn't just bought for YouTube, that is bought for my actual core business. Now, I will say I've got a very successful business, but I don't discuss my clients and I don't discuss what I do for my clients. But that's one of the reasons why I got this computer for it. I've said about being realistic about how many videos you can do. And if for some reason one week you can't get that video up because you've had a nightmare of a week and everything's gone wrong, there's a lovely little bit in your YouTube called a community button, which you can write a little message in there that says, "Hello everybody, I'm really very sorry. Events have overtaken me this week. I'm afraid I can't put a video up. I will catch up with you all next week." You're still engaging with your core audience. They understand you've had a problem. They know that you've not forgotten about them, and they will come back next week for the video of you explaining why you couldn't talk to them the week before, and it's still engaging with your audience. Yeah. I know I've had to do it when things have gone wrong for me. Life ain't perfect. Writing a business plan ain't perfect. Remember, write it in pencil, have an eraser so you can rub the bits out that you don't like and start again, right? Most businesses and most business plans are built as you're building your business. I've learned that over the years, and I've been working for myself for a heck of a long time. And you'll experience this too, but it's going to feel very strange if you've never done this before. Running a business isn't the same as working for somebody else, right? Suddenly you are responsible for you. Have you ever heard the saying, "Who will pay me on Friday?" If your immediate answer is you, you are going to pay you on Friday. If that ain't your first answer, you don't work for yourself. Continue with what you're doing. When you found your core subject, right, write down how you want to present that core subject. Make all the notes you can. Make as many notes as possible. And plan your videos around that. Okay? When I'm talking about my books, my enthusiasm comes through, right? Not only do I love James Herbert books, I found another writer that I really love as well called Alan Aspinall, and his books, The Fading Light. Lucy is not what you think, right? And if you haven't read Alan's books, please do, because he's a marvelous writer. He really, really is. And he's just unique, right? I haven't found another writer quite like him, other than, I'd just say, he's very much like James Herbert. He's an excellent, excellent writer. So, here we are. You're starting out, blank paper, pen, pencil. Remember, I can write in pen because I've done it a few years, but you're writing in pencil. You're going to pick your core subject. You're going to practice. You're going to smile, breathe, and show enthusiasm on the chosen subject. You're going to plan realistically how many videos a week you can get out. You're going to practice making short videos, and you're going to make a schedule for when your videos go out, right? Whether it be short or long. And you're going to concentrate on getting yourself to 500 subscribers, right? That's your first goal, right? Once you get to 500 subscribers and a few hours built underneath your belt, then you can concentrate on the long-term goals, which is getting yourself up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. When you get to those, you're going to be saying to yourself, "Great, I can start getting monetized." Hang on. Patience, my darlings. It doesn't happen overnight. It still takes time, right? YouTube will probably, at this point, start to check every single hour to make sure they're genuine and make sure that all your subscribers are genuine as well. Okay? Then, when all that's been checked, then they might get you ready to get you monetized. To say it's not gonna happen overnight. It'll take as long as it takes. But remember, every time you get a subscriber and every time you get some viewing hours watched of your video, it's getting you closer to your goal. So don't feel put down. Don't feel discouraged. Don't let people tell you what to do. Tell you what to do, and don't let them dictate what goes on your channel. This is you and your channel, and you're a unique selling, right? Your USP, unique selling point is you. YouTube is you. You're bringing your channel to your audience, okay? Don't forget to say, please like and subscribe, okay? Tell people that at the beginning, tell it at the end, tell it halfway through. Just engage, smile. Remember, you're learning as you go along. If you feel really nervous and you're not quite ready to get your video out there, engage with a YouTuber that's already gone out there and get them to watch a video and then give you your feedback. I would give my feedback to you, and likewise, you talk to me. That's what the comments bar's for. Engage with your comments. Don't forget to talk to people. Don't forget to say thank you for leaving a comment. People like it when you talk to them. It's what we do. It's why we're doing YouTube. You're never going to become rich doing YouTube, but you can supplement your income. And don't run away with the idea that you're going to become a multimillionaire doing YouTube, right? There are very, very few and far between that do manage it. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying I want you to be realistic, right? That's all I'm asking. And be patient. Your channel will grow. Don't forget to engage with your audience. Don't forget to say thank you. Don't forget to be appreciative. And don't panic if you only get one subscriber. It's one more to your goal. And it's the same where the hours are concerned. Now, my darlings, I'm going to say good night and God bless, because we've nearly been talking for half an hour. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comment bar. I think we'll probably turn this into a series. So what we've covered so far is very, very basic, right? But, remember, you're over 40 and you're starting a YouTube channel. Think about all the life experience that you can bring into your video, into your channel, into the subject that you choose to talk about, okay? Because you've got lived experience. You're over 40, you've got loads of experience. You're amazing. The fact that you've actually clicked on this video, thank you, by the way, for doing so. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe and enjoy what you're doing, okay? Please enjoy every moment of being on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. You'll learn a whole lot. You'll start writing your business plan. And don't forget to engage with your audience. Good night. God bless, my darlings. And I'll see you in the next video.